Hello and welcome to Caching Waves. This is an update for HBAR. Just wanted to go over my primary account and some alternatives, and I'll show you my trade setup as well as areas of interest for market structure breaks. First of all, this is my primary account looking for a 5-wave impulse to the upside to 16 cents. The way I came up with this target is we have our A wave in here off the low, 3.56 cents. We then had a triangle, A, B, C, D, E, with a short E wave, and we're looking for the 1-to-1 extension up at 16 cents. I'll show you the invalidation levels and this trade setup I took there in a second. But alternatively, one thing we're considering is the downside, which our eventual target would be about 3 cents. My target range here is 2.87 here. You can see on the left to just below this level, this low here, grinding sideways down in an ending diagonal. One quick thing about that is if this is a wave 1 and we have our wave 2 in, we did just hit the 1-to-1 extension of this smaller correction in between. So if we start to sell off here, market break below 5.78, I have to look at this more seriously as a consideration. Another option is we have a triangle to the downside. Similar thing, we'd have to break below this structure, rebound pretty hard, then look for our sell-off there to similar levels around 3 cents. So that's the alternative bear counts I'm looking at. Let's get back to the bullish count. This is my trade setup. Now, one thing I wanted to make people aware of is how lagging this one is compared to Bitcoin. Bitcoin did something like this, where we had our, this is this tool, we had our A, and then we had a correction where we made a higher high like this, double top, and we're all the way up here near this market structure breakdown. We're all the way up here. As you can see, we're lagging pretty hard, very far behind Bitcoin, but hopefully we start to take off here in this bullish ABC and catch up. Now down on the 4-hour, I have my pitchfork set up here, taking the pivots from the C to the D off the E, and it's been following along nicely so far. Further out targets, I'd expect us to hit up around 12 to 13 cents for our third wave, and then potentially a extended fifth up to that 16 cent mark. Going in even closer, these were my initial setups. First of all, I had a buy right here off this first one too, between the 382.50 and the 618. I had a third at each, entered into that one, moved stop to break even, targeting up here at 16 cents. That was my first trade setup. My second trade setup, if you watched my previous video, was on the second one too. Had entries at the 382.50 and the 618, got all three filled. So now we've leveraged up. Stop is at the previous wave 2 pivot at 6.77 on Binance. You'll have to check your own exchange for that. And looking for this to absolutely take off, potentially break out of the pitchfork if this count is correct. Again, this is the very important level. I'm going to actually mark that down for us. Pivot, important pivot break. So that's our important pivot break level to keep an eye on. And I'm also going to put an alert on that, just for whatever reason I missed that. Now there is even another potential entry, which I'll probably take advantage of if we get it. And that is, I want to wait till we break this level here. And if we get a, looks like we have 1, 2, 3, 4, looks like we're potentially working on a fifth. But if we get a break above and then a correction back, I would look to take another trade entry. Change that to white, where I would pull the pivots from this wave. Same thing, just repeating the process. look for an entry at the 382.50 and this 618, a third at each. Put that in white too so you can see. And it would look like so if we get those entries, and stop would be at this second one too. We'd just be leveraging up these positions up to 16 cents. So a pretty nice setup, 15, 16 to 1. So that's the entry I would look for, but I want to see a break above this level first. So it looks like we have a double zigzag so far, ABC, ABC for WXY. So I want to see that break first and then find support around this area before that potential third 1-2 in play. And if we miss it and it just keeps going, perfectly fine with me. We have our 2 entries so far. And in the future, once we do break this high, that's when I will move my second 1-2 stop to break even. So it can't be lost. So looking for that third entry at the moment. So that's everything, guys. So just to recap real quick, we have our ending diagonal if we collapse. We have our bullish ABC, which is my primary, and we have our triangle to the downside. Bullish ABC, remember we need to hold this 6.77 area to stay intact. There is ways this correction could get bigger, so I wouldn't raise my stop at the moment until we break that high of the 1. But that's what I'm looking for, guys. 3 1-2s in a row, 1-2, 1-2, 1-2. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe and check out my other videos. Thanks for watching.